Worst teams to ever play in the Super Bowl. Back in 2000, the New York Giants season almost fell apart before it was even time for the playoffs. After starting 7-2, they lost back-to-back home games, and doubts started creeping in, but then head coach Jim Faisal made a bold move. He guaranteed his team would make the playoffs. Some people thought he was overly optimistic since the team was 7-4 with absolutely no momentum. But what happened next shocked everyone. You see, that statement lit a fire under the team, and they finished the season by going undefeated with a 7-game winning streak and ended their season with a 14-2 record while winning their division. But although they experienced a decent amount of success in the regular season, they weren't exactly dominant. Their offense ranked just 15th in the league, barely putting up 20 points per game. So some people thought their season was a fluke, but then playoffs came around and the Giants would prove their haters wrong. The thing is, they easily took care of the Eagles 20-10 in the divisional round and completely destroyed the Vikings 41-0 in that game, making it seem like they had momentum heading into the Super Bowl, and any doubters were quickly put into hush mode. But then, during the Super Bowl, the Giants would shock the world. What I mean is, the Giants would face the 12-4 Baltimore Ravens, who were a formidable opponent that was determined to win their first Super Bowl. Their legendary defense smothered the Giants, forcing quarterback Kerry Collins into one of the worst Super Bowl performances ever, with 4 interceptions and almost nothing going on offense. The Giants' offense was so bad during this game that it got to the point where their only touchdown got scored by special teams during a kick return, and in the end, they got blown out 34-7 in one of the worst Super Bowl performances.
When I have kids, I'm gonna be so dramatic describing what COVID was like to them. I'm literally gonna make it sound like I lived through an apocalypse, because just the other day, I was talking to my friend's little brother who's maybe 6 years old. So he doesn't really have any memory of COVID, but we were talking about that time, and I am not kidding when I tell you, I made it sound like a horror movie. I was like, people were passing away left and right. We were locked in our houses for days, weeks, months. But the most funny part was when I said to him, you couldn't even buy toilet paper. Because then he was like, well, what'd you use instead? And I just said, anything we could find. Napkins, towels, pets. I was being as dramatic as possible. Meanwhile, all I actually did during the pandemic was clock 9 hours a day on Fortnite. I even miss that era sometimes, but I'm never gonna let the future generations know that.
So a few days ago was the 10-year anniversary of when this image surfaced on the internet and sparked what later became what was arguably the biggest debate of the century. I will still never forget the first time I saw a 5th grade history class. Friendships were tested. I've always seen white and gold. I will...
Brethren, that is a foul! No, you wouldn't. Late call. What is wrong with you? Shoot for it. It was clearly a foul. Ball don't lie. The ball don't lie. But nigga, you do!
She set up the sleep app, hoping it would help her rest better. Now, this app recorded her sleep noises, like talking or tossing and turning. But one night at 2 a.m., it recorded rustling sounds, like someone searching through her things. Then her half-asleep voice mumbled, "What are you doing?" A deep male voice responded, "Nothing." But she was home alone with her toddler son. 2 more nights, the app recorded the same chilling rustling before she decided to move. And after she left the house, the noises stopped entirely. She said,
Sneak a phone into someone's...
The Cleveland Browns sold...
This teacher is the absolute...
I just found out that some people I used to go to school with thought that I've been dead for years. Because I was at the store and I saw one of my friends from my old school. But when we made eye contact, he looked so surprised to see me. So I said what's up to him. And he told me he thought I passed away a while back. So I was like, huh? What made you think that? But then he explained it to me and it all made sense, because when I was younger, I randomly switched schools one day, but I didn't tell any of the people at my current school that this was happening. So one day, all of a sudden, I just wasn't there anymore. So my classmates thought I passed away. But then I said to him, that's kind of extreme to assume I just passed away because I stopped showing up, isn't it? But then he was like, well, yeah, but the last couple days you were at school, you were saying how you felt really sick. So we just assumed you caught some disease and passed away. Now I kind of want to just go find my old classmates in public and stare at them as if I was a ghost.
Worst free agency signings in NFL history. Back in 2014, DeMarco Murray was unstoppable while he was playing.
How much water have I really poured? So many of you all know that I pour water into a cup every single video, and I've continuously been doing it for 5 straight years. And my channel recently just hit 2,500 uploads, which got me thinking, how much water have I really poured? The first step to finding this out is I immediately had to do some calculations, and given the size of the bottle I use, I found out that 2 bottles makes approximately a liter. Given this number and how many videos I've done, I was able to find out how many gallons I've used, which is a total of 330 total gallons. Well, you might ask how much water that really is. Well, it's enough to fill up a large kids pool. hit that subscribe button if you want me to keep pouring.
A movie theater ceiling just recently fully collapsed during a movie, but luckily nobody was injured because only two people went to see the movie. When I first heard about this, I looked at the reviews, saw that they kind of suck, and I thought to myself, you know what, the movie was so bad that it actually is out here saving lives. But I did do some research, and then I found out that the movie theater was built almost 100 years ago in like 1919. So the reason only 2 people went to see the movie might just have to do with the fact that the movie theater sucks and not the movie. I honestly haven't seen it, so I have no say.
What the FBI saw in this videotape sent them into a panic. On the morning
Tuesday.
As time ticks by, still I try. No rest for cross-tops in my mind. On my own, here we go.
Do you think these players will get traded?
I wouldn't say I'm a needy player.
I need a towel. Hey, I can get one of them towels. Towels, grab me a towel.
Towels? It's raining, you need that.
I need to put it on my head. I ain't trying to get sick now. Give me a skull, okay, that's what I need. Let me get 2 scullies.
The scully wasn't even for me, it was for somebody else. So I was like, let me go ahead and get me one. He want one, I'm gonna go and get me one. It makes sense.
Hey, can I get a hand warmer?
That's not needed as part of the game. It's cold, you need a hand warmer. That's not needed.
Hey, I need more cleats. My cleats ripped.
My cleat just fall apart. Ain't nothing I can do about it.
Hey, Pete, take the vise off. Take my vise off.
You gotta take your vise off. You can't play in the rain with a vise.
Hey, Pete, fix this. Hey, get some water. Fix that.
I'm not needy. In that particular weather, I was needy. I put it like that. I wouldn't say.
Having a best friend is so scary because no matter what happens, you have to stay homies forever since they know all your secrets. Like, forget your friend's group chat getting leaked. A best friend breakup would be 10 times worse because there were these people I knew who were best friends.
Is it illegal for parents to ground you?
Ah! What did I tell you? No staying out past 10 p.m.
No! You can't lock me in again. I'm taking you to court.
Court? What are you gonna do? You're only 16 years old.
Actually, while you can legally send your child to their room, you can't excessively restrict their movement, like putting prison bars over the door. So technically, you could face criminal charges.
But I need to know if he's sneaking out. I know. I'll just put up security cameras.
Well, you likely can't do that either, because courts have ruled that, like adults, children have a reasonable expectation of privacy.
Yeah! Expedition of Pirates!
No, expectation of privacy. It means it's usually illegal to have cameras in the room unless there's a good reason, like a medical condition.
Fine, I'll give him a medical condition, all right? No more food for a week.
Well, parents are legally obligated to provide necessities like food, so you can't do that either.
Who even are you?
I'm Mike, and one day I'll be the most followed lawyer in the world.
What do I always
Throwback.
What do I always lose at?
You don't ever lose.
Eagles won the ball. Eagles won the ball. The Chiefs are going home. Tom Brady still the goal. They was talking about 3 peats, but we had kept receipts. They was trying to cheat, so we had got a breeze. Like no more voodoo. Kansas City's doodoo. Pat Mahomes is boo-boo. He need LASIK, a simple pass, he cannot place it. Cause them boys got about the cheese. Yeah, that defense was just cheese. Yeah, that's why we call them queens.
What do I...
Throwback to about a year ago when this slide in Boston went viral, and it's because this video surfaced of a cop going down the slide, and as you can see, it was not a smooth ride at all. He went flying. Just look at him. When I first saw this video, I was wondering how the hell this happened, and after doing a little bit of research, I saw this sign at the start of the slide that says it's for ages 5 to 12. I'm assuming the cop probably saw it, but he just didn't think it was going to be that urgent. Turns out he was wrong. It's especially funny when you watch this video of a kid going down the slide, and it's the most peaceful thing ever. Completely different from what the cop went through.
Who
are your favorite 3 receivers in the league?
The rule now, they're trying to get the tush-push ban. Have you guys been able to stop the tush-push in practice?
They don't do that in practice. Y'all know. I always joke with some of the old linemen, like, y'all know y'all won't be able to do that against us. But I'm a defensive guy. I'm not going to look at some on the offensive side of the ball and be like, oh, they need to.
I dropped my phone on the ground and it cracked.
So your back just locked up out of nowhere?